Welcome to the video for Lesson 9, found in the Mayron Older Beginner Level 1. This encompasses pages 60 to 70. We're going to start off with another new note, just like last lesson. We're going to introduce G. So this is bass clef G. Bass clef G lives in the top space of the bass staff. So top space of the bass staff there. So to help us practice reading G, we're going to fill out the little keyboard and staff here. So as we always do, connecting the lines, connecting our notes to the keys using a line, and then filling in the note names here. So we start off with G. Next one is A, and then we have G again. And then who sits there big bottom on the bass staff? You got it, B. And then we have C, and then F, and then G right there. So there's our treble G there that the right hand plays. Next, we're going to go ahead and fill in these note names here. So first of all, we have A, and then we go back to G, and then we go up to B, and then we have C, and then we have F, and then we have G right there. So if you want to pause the video just real quick before we move on, fill out those answers there on page 60, and then we'll go ahead and move on. All right, let me zoom back out here. So the song on page 60, A Dark Night, uses G-A, and then it also uses the B flat. So the video for that song will be linked in the description below. Next, on page 61, we've got a Cowboys song and the Coffee Pot. Both of these also use the G, A, and B. So there's no B flat in here. Coffee Pot also has an optional right-hand part. So we'll include that when we get into the video, which again will be linked in the description below. Next, on page 62, we have the song London Bridge. So remember a little bit ago, a couple lessons back, we talked about blue skies and gray skies having those finger numbers. There's your finger numbers right there. Okay, so the video for that song will be linked in the description below. Next, we have a fun sheet for the next few songs, Shadow Birds and March of the Penguins. So we'll go through these here just real fast. I'm going to find a good spot where I can not move around here. Number one, staccato dots. So staccato dots, hot dots, disconnect the notes. So staccato means short. And so that's going to be D. So we'll write D in for number one. Number two, accent mark. Accent means to play a little harder. Accent is the sideways A, so that is letter A right up there. Number three, the treble clef looks like a big letter G. That is C. Write in your C right there. Four, the bass clef or the low clef is G, so we'll put G right there. Time signature, so these are the two numbers stacked on top of each other. That's letter B. Then six, go back to the beginning and play the fine. That is the D, C, Al, fine. So letter E. And last but not least, G sharp. This is going to be important because it's coming up in one of the songs. So G sharp is last but not least letter F right there. So go ahead, pause the video right there, get those answers filled in, and then we will go ahead and move on. All right, let's keep going here. Clear out those answers. All right, 64, and I believe this goes on to 65. Yep, so 64 and 65, shadow birds. Notice we've got the staccato dots, and then in measure 3, we've got the accent mark right there. Number 8, or excuse me, measure 8, we have that fine. So we'll discuss that a little bit more in detail in the video for shadow birds. Next, starting on page 66, we have March of the Penguins. Again, we'll discuss a lot of this. There's a lot going on in March of the Penguins, but it's a fun sounding song. So we'll get to that here in the video for the song, which again will be linked in the description below. Let's go ahead and fill out this Do You Know at the bottom of 66. So you can come back and watch the video later, or you can flip to the page here in your book. But first one here, DC alpha means go back to the beginning. So we actually just talked about that in the fun sheet. Right before shadow birds. The time signature is almost always written at the beginning of a composition. So B-E-G. Top number of a time signature tells you how many beats are going to be in a measure. And then the bottom number of a time signature tells you to tell you what type of notes receive one beat. My one kind of goes below the line, but that's okay. Feel free to pause right there, get those answers filled in. Be sure to fill in the rest of the word. I just did that for time here, but go ahead and get that filled out. And then we can go ahead and move on. Zoom back out. So here in lesson 9, we're going to introduce something called rhythm taps in the book. And rhythm taps basically are kind of a way for us to take notes off of the staff and then just focus on rhythm here. So in the rhythm taps here, we've got 3 levels. This one, each of these are themed. So this is a tree themed rhythm taps. We have the acorn level, the sapling level, and the mighty oak level. We will have a video for this entire page, which will be linked in the description below. And then these do also come with accompaniment tracks too. So we will have a video for that as well, just like all the other songs. Then page 68, we have the song Lucky Duck. This is another fun one to play. That goes over 68, 69. And we do have a video for that song as well. Next, we're going to go ahead and stop scrolling here, going through the book. Bottom of page 69, this is a do you know section again. So we're going to do some more adding here. So instead of adding in the ties and doing the total number of beats, we're just going to add the beats together just to see how well you can think when we're adding beats together. So number 1 is done for us. So we have 2/8 notes, 2/8 notes, and then a quarter, so that all equals 4 beats. Number 2, dotted half note plus 2/8 notes. That's going to be 4 beats. So 3 plus 1. Then we have 2/8 notes, 2/8 notes. So 1 plus 1 plus 2 for that half note. That's another 4. Number 4, half note plus dotted half note. That's going to be 2 plus 3, which is 5. Number 5, quarter note plus 2/8 notes plus 2/8 notes is equal to 3. So 1 plus 1 plus 1. Number 6, half note, 2 beats. Quarter note. So 2 plus 1 plus 1 is equal 4. And then number 7, whole note, 4 beats plus 2/8 notes, 1 beat. So 4 plus 1 is going to be 5. Number 8 is going to be dotted half note plus quarter note. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Number 9, half note. So 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is going to equal 6. And then number 10, eighth notes plus quarter note plus 2/8 notes. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So feel free to either pause or rewind to get caught up in this part of the book. It does require a little bit of thinking. But once you get those answers in, you can go ahead and join us in the rest of the video here. So we'll go ahead and move on. Next up on page 70, this is the last page of the chapter here for lesson 9, Colleen's Waltz. So again, we'll have a video for this song linked in the description below. But that is the end of lesson 9 from the Mayron Piano Method Level 1. Feel free to rewind and review any material that you need to in the video here.